Family Adventure Podcast. Today, what I want to talk about is the 5 myths that I think are surrounding family travel. Myth number 1 is that family travel is going to ruin your kids, ruin their education, ruin them socially, whatever. I think that is false because we were able to take our family, 5 kids, around the world, and yeah, maybe we weren't spending 8 hours a day in a classroom with textbooks, but they had an education that is irreplaceable. They were able to visit foreign cities, see ancient history sites, learn how to change money in different currencies, different foods, different cultures, and exposed to just a tremendous amount of education. The world is educational if we let it become educational to our kids. I think socially, our kids had a phenomenal opportunity to bond with kids of different ages. I think a lot of times we think that 8-year-olds have to play with 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds have to play with 10-year-olds, but what we found when we traveled is our kids were playing with whoever they could find on a beach or at a park in a town, whatever. Kids that were 5 years apart didn't even speak the same language. They had a great time meeting each other and forming really cool friendships. Myth number 2, you have to be rich to travel the world. I think this myth is false because of the 40 families that I've interviewed that are traveling the world, none are rich, and we aren't rich either. We left the United States and lived on a sailboat for 3.5 years, and it cost way less than when we were living in a normal house. You don't have any of the things that you have associated with regular house living. You don't have car insurance, car payments, house maintenance, birthday parties, anniversary gifts. All this stuff that fills our lives and that draws our attention and our money is all gone. You live very simply, and you can live very economically. Our family lived on a third of what we were living in Arizona. We have 5 kids, and we were living on $1,300 to $1,500 a month. All of us. That's food and everything. So I know you can live cheaper. So being rich is not necessary. What you do have to do is plan, and that's what I want to help you with. So the myth of being rich is false. Myth number 3, that world travel is dangerous. I think this myth is funny because what is safe? If you live in a house in the middle of the countryside that you don't even lock your doors and then it gets demolished by a tornado, or living in a major downtown city like New York or Chicago or Washington, D.C., what is safe? Safe. You can get in a car wreck driving down the road. Some of the places that we visited that most people would think are the most scary were actually the most welcoming places we ever went to. And the people were genuine and fantastic. So world travel is an adventure, but don't miss out on an opportunity because you're worried about being safe. Myth number 4, that leaving for an extended period of time, 6 months or a year, taking a gap year off, is going to be career suicide. I think this myth is hysterical because maybe when you come back from this life-changing adventure, you won't want your career back, or you want to do something totally different. This is an exceptional opportunity to maybe shift gears in your career. Even if you do want the same career, everybody that I've talked to that has gone, it can at least come back to the career they're in, pick up right where they left off. In some of our cases of families we've interviewed, the company actually created a new position for them because they wanted them back. So your career will be at least where you left off or advanced, in my opinion. And I think that there's a great opportunity that you'll want to change gears altogether and do something totally different. Myth number 5, and the last myth, is I simply can't do this. You know, I tried to talk myself out of it several times. This is reckless, this is irresponsible, this is not what a person's supposed to be doing in their mid-30s. Maybe I'm having a midlife crisis, whatever. I think you can absolutely do it. It does take some planning, which is what I want to help you with, but if you put the steps in place, you can do it. Fear is what's stopping you. And the fear, there's a great acronym for fear, which says false evidence that appears real. People that appear fearless really have the same fears that you do. The difference is that they tell themselves a different reality about the fear. So my encouragement to you is to confront your fears, overcome your fears. It's simply the fear of the unknown because you don't know how fantastic it's going to be. That's what I'm here to tell you. We did it and it was amazing and fantastic. That's what I want to encourage you with. So click on the link below, schedule a time for a 15-minute or a 30-minute phone call with me. I'd love to meet you, talk you through how I can help you get your family on the road to traveling.